John asks, there's a teaching here about, and John just moved down to Mesa. If you don't know him, he just left Calvary to go down there. Teaching here about forgiving yourself. I don't believe that is biblical. I think maybe it's more about learning to live trusting God's forgiveness and grace. I cannot forgive myself. What's your thoughts?
I think you got that right. When I think of, I don't even think like that. Some of the stuff that I've done is just unforgivable, and so this is what I understand. I am in a situation where I am deserving of the judgment of God, and I know that. And the judgment that I deserve is what was poured out on Jesus. And the Bible is clear about this, that when Jesus goes to the cross, what he's doing is he's taking my place. And so I don't want to be in a position where I'm like forgiving myself in the way that most people are talking about that. What I need to understand is that even though I've done things that are unforgivable, I've got a God who loves me so much that he's forgiven me. And I need to be able to move beyond the fact that I've done these things, because sometimes people just get paralyzed by the fact that they've done something stupid. Well, join the rest of humanity. Everybody's stupid and they do ridiculous things. And so the focus is way too much on yourself when number one, you're in a situation where you won't forgive yourself. Well, stop thinking about yourself so much and get your eyes on the Lord, because he's the one who does the forgiveness. And then on the other hand, you can swing to the opposite end of the spectrum and be somebody who's going around forgiving yourself for everything that you've done. And usually what that can end up being is just excusing your sin and that kind of thing, and thinking that you're awesome despite the fact that maybe you have some things that you need to bring before the Lord. So when I think of forgiveness, forgiveness is something that comes from God, and that's what I need to be focused on, because otherwise there's just way too much of Steve in the conversation. And when it's all about what Jesus has done for me, I find myself to be thankful. I find myself to be somebody who becomes gracious towards others. Because if God can forgive me, then why can't he forgive you? And if he can forgive everything, that I've done and thought and had in my heart, then I can forgive you for the things, just the stuff that I'm seeing on the outside, and understand that God's dealing with your heart. And so, it's just the focus. I've never liked that focus. And I know where I came from. I know what I've done. And some of the things that I've done are just unforgivable. And there have been people that I have apologized to and just said, I can't even ask you to forgive me. I'm just sorry, and I move on with that. And usually when you have that kind of heart, people are able to forgive at that point. So.
It's amazing how Satan uses those little subtleties too, because on the face of it, someone can look at that and go, well, that's not really a big thing, but it kind of, to me, has the flavor of, I can't love you unless I first love myself, which is a popular teaching.
Right.
You do that, man, and you are straight on the way to the pit, because...
Well, it's like you're just going to be there forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
And it sounds nice.
Yeah.
But biblically, it's a little tweak, and it just sends you down the wrong path. It'll destroy you.
Right. That's a philosophy that I grew up with. My parents would always say things like that to me. I can't take care of you until I take care of myself. And so consequently, what happened there? And my poor mom, for most of her adult life, for all of her adult life, she was taking care of herself, and ended up alone, in a single wide trailer down in Arizona for years. And fortunately, towards the end, things turned around for her, and it was a real cool thing. But that's a miserable philosophy.
Yeah.
And it's nothing but a trap.